So if you happen to break the law, what do you think would happen? What would be the next steps of what would happen to you?
I'd be cited. If depending on how serious it was, I might be taken to jail.
Probably they are going to tell you your rights, and after that they are going to take you to some police station.
The police would file their report with the prosecuting attorney. The prosecuting attorney would decide whether or not they want to file charges. And then I would defend those charges if I thought that I was not guilty of those particular charges.
The life of a criminal case pretty much begins with the arrest. Someone is arrested. Within a certain amount of time, usually within 48 hours, they have to be arraigned, which means they have to go before a court, go before a judge, find out what the charges are against you, and enter a plea of guilty, not guilty. And after their arraignment and their first appearance, they'll have different preliminary hearings along the way. There might be some evidentiary hearings, like, is there certain evidence that they have that gets to come into court or not come into court? So they'll have those preliminary hearings before you get to the ultimate trial of the case. Then you go to picking a jury, and if it's a misdemeanor, it's a 6-person jury. If it's a felony, it's a 12-person jury. And those facts are heard by that jury, and they make a determination of guilt or innocence.
Has the jury reached a verdict?
If it's innocence, that person walks out of court that day. If they're guilty, then the judge will determine a sentence for that person. That sentencing may not happen right then and there. There's usually some period of time between a conviction, either through a plea of guilty or a trial, and the actual sentencing. Our probation or community corrections officers will do an assessment of a person to determine what they need, whether it be treatment, whether it be some type of special program that they need to enter, and then we'll make a recommendation based on that. And then that person will go in front of a judge for sentencing. The judge takes that under advisement, and the judge isn't bound to follow that. Oftentimes they do, because they trust that there has been something worked out that makes sense and is a fair and just resolution to the case. And most times a judge will go along with that, but there are instances where a judge will go either above or below what that recommendation is.